Hey, what's up, champions? Gediminas here. Hope you're well. Hope you had a fantastic day. And today I wanted to share with you a 5-step learning process that, if you stick to it, will help you greatly in your business and in your career and in your development. So I hope you're going to find this useful. Now, if you are watching a replay of this, please do me a massive favor and stay #replay. And if you're brand new, if you're watching one of my videos for the first time, then do of course say new in the comments. And if you get value at any time or learn something from this video, feel free to share it, because maybe somebody else will benefit from seeing it too. Okay, so 5-step learning process that can help you greatly in your business development. So step number 1 is impact. And impact is when you initially learn something. So what should you do? Number 1, of course, you need to be conscious, right? So you need to turn your mind out, right? It's not about, just, subconsciously programming, etc. If you're going to a training, you need to really focus and listen to what's being told. So you need to be conscious, right? So number 1, you'll hear things, right? So when you hear things, it's good, but it's not enough. If you just go to a training and just sit there listening, it's going to be very difficult to remember most of the stuff, right? So hearing is just the first step. Hey Christina, hey Vaida, hey Irena, hey Daiga. Hope you guys are doing well, right? So hearing is 1. Number 2 is writing. So you want to write down things, right? Because if you write down, you will remember more. Now, as you're writing, once you've written those things, then you need to read back. So once you get home, maybe you read back, you repeat those phrases, you repeat what you've learned. And finally, you practice it. So you start saying it, right? You start using those techniques. Because learning something and not using it is just a waste of your time, if it just stays in your notebook. So step 1 is impact. Step 2 is repetition. You see, a lot of people buy books or buy audio programs, they listen to them once and they're surprised why their life hasn't changed. But listening to something once, you can't retain anything. You won't remember most of it if you just read a book once or listen to a book once or go to a training once. So we need to repeat it, right? So even if you go to the same training again and again, or you're re-listening the same training again and again, you'll start remembering more. I would recommend you to listen to a training or to read a book or to go to a particular training at least 6 times. This way you can retain about 60-something% of it, right? So you're actually going to remember the things that you actually learn. So repetition is number 2. Number 3 is utilization. So now once you've learned it, you need to start using it, right? You need to start using it, because at the beginning it's not automatic. It's like you have to remind yourself, oh, when they say this, I have to say that. When they do that, I need to do this, and so on, right? So it's quiet. It's like building a muscle. It's like very conscious using of those strategies. So that's number 3. Number 4 is internalization. So once you've been using a particular strategy, particular learning so many times, it becomes part of you. It becomes automatic. Somebody said, practice not until you get it right, practice until you can't get it wrong. That's when it becomes internalized, where you, what they call unconsciously competent, where you just do it without even thinking about it. It becomes second nature of you, right? So that's number 4. And then number 5, I think, is where a lot of people drop the ball. So most people will go to the training, they'll take notes, they'll practice these things, and then they apply it, and it sometimes even becomes part of their personality, but they miss out on number 5. And number 5 is reinforcement, which means you have to go back to basics at least once a year. People sometimes think it's crazy, for somebody to go to the same training again and again every single year. But actually, that's reinforcement. That's going back to basics. That's refreshing your knowledge. Because sometimes you learn something, but then on a day-to-day basis, you start changing it, you start tweaking it, and somewhere down the line, it stops working. It doesn't work anymore, and you don't even know what's happened. But it stopped working because you got away from basics. You started changing it, you started reinventing it, you got bored with it, and etc., etc. So once a year at least, you need to do the reinforcement. You need to go back and re-listen to that program, reread that book, attend that training again to refresh that knowledge and to go back to basics, to start using the strategies that actually work. And if you use these 5 steps, you'll definitely learn things, you'll definitely apply them, and you'll definitely gonna get great results. So that's my wish for you. If you got value from this, as always, feel free to share it. Have an awesome evening, and I'll see you at the top. Bye for now.